How that we ultimately decided to break up Cryme Tyme, Shad and I were then left to go our separate ways as solo wrestlers. I love Cryme Tyme. I love Cryme Tyme. And I was also intrigued by the possibility of transitioning into single success. There were, however, some demons I would have to face that were left over my Cryme Tyme days. One of my first goals of being a solo WWE superstar was separating myself from the Cryme Tyme image. I wanted a new look, and most importantly, a new theme song. Let me fill you in on a little secret. A large percentage of WWE superstars' success is based on their entrance and theme song. If you have a badass theme song and a cool entrance, you'll be one half the battle. There have been numerous superstars with horrible gimmicks or who are not the best wrestlers, but they just got old because of their theme music. Now, I'll give you an example. I'm not the biggest Gangrel fan, but I'm the biggest Gangrel fan. But I remember going crazy when Gangrel theme music hit. Gangrel arguably had one of the best, if not the best theme song entrance in WWE history. It was at least top 10. Gangrel's music would hit, he would rise to the ring with fire, walk down the ring with such incredible swag, drink of blood from a chalice and spray it out of his mouth like Triple H. Oh, did Triple H do that? I knew I wanted guaranteed success. I needed to get a theme song and fast. Not only did I want to get a new theme song, I wanted to be in the studio while it was being made to make sure it was guaranteed hot fire. Hot fire. So during the day, during a Raw taping in Chicago, I knocked on Vince McMahon's door to speak to him about getting JTG's new theme song. I knocked on Vince McMahon's door, I was talking about getting my new theme song. I explained to Vince that I wanted a new theme song to launch my solo career. You guys can say it? You guys can say it?
See what you did?
I know, I got good eyes.
I read this whole book on my iPhone, by the way, but I turned it sideways.
I explained to Vince that I wanted a theme song and I wanted to go in there and make sure that it was hot fire. Not only did Vince say yes, he complimented me for taking initiative in my career. And he gave me Jim Johnson's email and phone number to start the process. You guys know who Jim Johnson is, right? Jim. So Jim Johnson is the man responsible for all the theme music you hear in WWE today. I was excited at the prospect of working with him. As soon as I got Jim Johnson's number, I called him. I told him that I wanted, and I told him that he actually sent some samples. I was hyped. I sent the samples, no problem. I had a buddy of mine go to the studio. We whipped something together, and now I knew I was for sure going to get some hot fire. What hot fire, guys?
Keep going, Diego.
A week later, after promo class, we all had promo class. Who was the promo class?
I think they know but to transcribe Vince's promo notes.
Okay. I had a conversation with the boss about a new character. What? I had an idea for a character involving a Muppet. Now, during this conversation, he was tossing around names of various employees that I'd never heard of. He gave me a list of names and the numbers of people that he wanted me to contact. I called and emailed every single person that he told me the following week, and I followed up with the boss after my progress. He then asked me, who did I speak with? For the life of me, I could not remember any names. I only remember the job titles and the roles of the company. Vince then gave me a lecture, a life lesson, if you will, on how important it was for me to remember names. He instructed me to stay on the top of this task and and make sure that I never forgot a name. I was definitely up to the challenge. The following week, once again after promo class, I went to follow up with Vince about the Muppet idea. I told him about my progress and he seemed pleased. He then asked me how was my theme music going. I replied, I just emailed Jim Henson. I'm waiting for him to get back to me. Yeah. Vince looked at me shocked and said, what did you call him? His face read something along the lines of, I just told this motherfucker to learn names a week ago. And then he called the man behind our music, the motherfucker behind Kermit the Frog. What the fuck? I said I met Jim Johnson, and I nervously laughed. And I said Jim Johnson because we were talking about Muppets, and I tried to laugh it off. But he didn't think it was funny. His face remained stern, and then in my head, damn, why did I just call him Jim? I knew from that moment that I fucked up big time. And after that, there was very little interest in my Muppet idea. And on top of that, as you can probably recall, Brooklyn's will continue to play when my music hit, and there was no hot fire. But there was always heat. Amazon, Google Play, Nook.
And you can shamelessly see this hot fire and tag team right here on Freaky Wrestling in a couple weeks.
Woo! Yeah.
Never faced before.
Oh yeah.
You gotta see how fire.
You're gonna love it. You have no idea what walking is, but you're gonna love it. I promise. You're gonna see what I went to you.
It's IRS.
Well,
They try to find me like crazy.
Keep running.
Like Shad Gaspar. No,
we got 5 crazy characters in here. 6 crazy characters in here. I can count. Yes. Yeah.
And then we can interrupt you with that.
Yeah, it's like I was thinking I was supposed to. Yeah, this is what I tell like, we have tons of stories. Like we always say that our most boring story is most people's most interesting story. You know what I'm saying? Because we're on the road together constantly and we're always traveling. And I remember like we were in OVW, it was me, okay, like I was part of the big guy group, which was me. I used to be the guy. It was me, High Ride, Horseshoe, Big Bad John, who was High Ride, what's called Nathan Jones, Mark Bell, and who was it else? And Carlito used to always ride in comments because he was our champion. And Carlito, no, not But anyway, so we all pulled up at this gas station real quick. And so all of us just get out, the smallest one of us is 6'2", 250. You know what I mean? The biggest one of us is, 6'10", 320 pounds. And so we all,
That means he eats a lot of Wheaties for you guys at home.
yeah. And so we all walk to this gas station. And so we're all like shopping, getting our things. And High Ride goes to register. And the guy goes, "Hello, sir, how can I help you?" He goes, "Give me all the money to register right now." And his manager is right behind him. And he goes, "Just do it." And we go, "Oh shit, no. Stop." He's like, we're like, no, he's kidding. He's like, no, take it, just take it. And he starts putting money in the bag. And we're like, no, we're just kidding. And literally, we got out there, and she's like, "What's going on?" We're like, "Get calm. Call the cops. And so we just drove off. But this is weird, man, because it's like situations like that we can laugh about and joke about.
Now.
Yeah, because it's like no matter what we went through, we built a bond, built through, we all started out with probably like 1,000 people. I know me and John started with Tough Enough. And there was like 1,000 people we started out with. Out of that 1,000, it drove down to 100. Out of that 100, it went to 50. And we met Jeter and anybody else in OVW. They started a bunch of guys. Jay started a whole class. Shelly started a whole group of girls out here in California. And Sinn started in Canada. And the numbers just started dwindling as we all made our way to OVW. And we kind of had this bond through hardship that nobody else could understand. We weren't there because we had money. We weren't there because, our fathers or, we talked to the right person. We were there because we went through so much shit and we enjoyed it. That we went through that shit every morning and every day. And we suffered. And for those of us that you've never met before, we have brothers and sisters you guys will never know about that didn't make the TV, like Chet the Jet, who was an amazing guy and just couldn't keep on going. You know what I'm saying? Like Dean Viss. Dean Viss was an amazing guy as well, great attitude, but just didn't know how to play the game the right way.
Heat.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he got fired the dumbest reason because he liked somebody. You know what I mean? And it's like,
Because he was a fan of Ultimate
He's a
Warrior.
fan of Ultimate Warrior, and that's what got him fired.
Isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah. So,
Ridiculous.
yeah, but it's like, so like all of us who actually made it to the road, it's like, man, we just got through all that bullshit, and now we're seeing shit. And it's like, we have a bond that just, some of us haven't seen each other for months or years, and I haven't seen Sinn in like 2-3 years. We saw each other on a trip a few months ago. It was like, "What's up, bro?" You know what I'm saying? Because that bond never goes away. So when you guys are doing this, and you guys are training somebody, just know, man, you might not be together every day for the next 3 or 4 years, but when you see each other, it's just a common bond of brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna remember pulling somebody out of a gas station and trying to rob them.
Shad brings up an awesome point about, there's a lot of different schools in SoCal and just all over the place. And, it's so needless for, different rival shows or schools to not get along. This is where you guys need to, we don't say the word brother because Hulk Hogan says it a lot. We say it because we mean it. Yeah. So if you guys work together and help each other, it's hard enough to make it when you're working together, let alone when you're fighting each other and fighting over scraps that just isn't the right way. I don't care which show it is. I don't care if it's Rikishi School or Lance Storm School or Dudley School or wherever. Work, get on these shows, help you. Hey, I got a booking here. Hey, you want to ride with me? Hey, we'll share the gas. Hey, this and that. Brotherhood, like what he was talking about. And let's see a new wave of guys. You guys want to see some matches, and we'll critique some matches.